Yep. Lights. And launch. Yep. Bit of issue there with the Toro Rosso. The Alfa Romeo gets the jump, like I said. Pass of the UK. Misses the first corner. Oh, he's almost wheel to wheel in the back of the grid. Doesn't seem like there's an incident. Freeze drops down incredibly in the Mercedes AMG. All the cars pretty close. Alfa Romeo got quite the distance from the Haas. Williams and Racing Point almost wheel to wheel back there. Oh, it's Renault and McLaren have shunted and they are off. It's DS Aditya as well as Gouts, the two friends, as I said. They've shunted each other and they're off the track. Look at these cars steaming ahead. We've got a Ferrari and Mercedes fight right here at the back. Mercedes takes around the outside, gets in front of the Ferrari. Bit of debris back there. The Ferrari on the outside this time. Bit of a glitch too. Oh, and the Mercedes is off and he has hit the barrier, lost his front wing back there. And it is Führer. Yep, Führer had that issue. He's driving with half a wing while BigManJoe has taken the race lead. Wix 356 and Ashwin in P3 and P4 respectively. KDB dropping in incredibly. All the cars steaming ahead. He's going wide. KD doesn't seem like he's got what it takes. He is with the Ferrari again, like I said. That Williams, he's pushing that Williams to the core. The Red Bull goes a little beyond track limits. All the cars going quite beyond track limits. Oh, someone's off there. What a shunt. Someone into the pits. KDB and the Williams into the pits. I'm surprised Führer goes into the pits. Julie as well, a new front wing for him. No doubt after that shunt into the barriers and losing half his wing. KDB in the pits as well. DS Aditya had a shunt with Gouts. Super unfortunate. Probably will be reviewed by the stewards. Thor gets passed by Srivatsan 10 in the Ferrari. Quite the action in the back of the grid. Meanwhile in the front, all seems well. We've got Rastinish closing in on Signesh Raghavan in the Red Bull. Sicknig, his teammate, right in front of him, behind him. Rastinish closer than ever to the Red Bull. Doesn't seem like he's gonna be able to make a move. Thor in the Williams will give slipstream to Rocket Man, who fell quite a bit. Ooh, Thor hit him. The breaking point of was back there. Rocket Man gets a jump on Thor. Clearly the Williams lack space, as you can see. Watson 10 in the Ferrari will be Rocket Man's next victim of choice. Someone's going wide there. That's a McLaren of Rusty Nish. He's in between the two Red Bulls. Rightfully so. Took the inside line. Rocket Man gets the jump on Srivatsan 10. Will the Williams get that jump too? Nope. Doesn't have the same straight line speed the Ferrari does. So clearly won't. We are here in the Shanghai International Circuit and it's been absolutely brilliant in the back of the grid. The cars switching places multiple times. Quite a bit of shunts initially. Not something you would want to see. We've got the Ferrari and Mercedes closing in on each other. The Ferrari will close in on the Mercedes soon. The Avocado on Freeze. Freeze, remember, came out of the pits after a front wing change. Quite closer than ever. Oh, okay, we are up in accelerate. Both the Racing Points and both the Toro Rossos back to back. This will be some interesting racing moments between teammates and rivals. Well, isn't that a funny helmet? Is that a pumpkin? Yeah. Ashwin, our Bahrain GP race winner, is driving with a pumpkin on his head. Or a pumpkin helmet, if you may. Probably a Halloween quirk he got last year. Of course, UK takes back the race lead from BigManJoe, and quite a bit of distance between the two. Of course, this last corner is catching everybody off guard. A bit of them exceeding track limits on and off. Like you can see, ladies and gentlemen, the Haas, the Alfa Romeo, the 2 Racing Points, and the 2 Toro Rossos in the top 6. Quite a rare spectacle here in Bwoah Racing League. We don't get to see teammates race back to back often, respecting each other's positions too. That's what of course, the most ideal situation is getting that jump on your teammate. But of course, you want to respect each other's space so you get that perfect result for your team, which boosts that position on the leaderboard. Quite the distance, the distance seems to be only increasing, the gap seems to be only increasing between the Racing Points. Toro Rosso closing in on Ashwin though. Ooh, a little bit of moment there for BigManJoe in the Alfa Romeo. And look at them go, look at them go. We got Mr. West right behind the Toro Rosso, but quite behind. Right behind, but quite behind. Quite contradictory. Red Bull over there exceeding track limits in that corner, missing out a bit. It's a Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren, and an Alfa Romeo fight here, ladies and gentlemen. The Red Bull closer than ever to the Ferrari, but will it have the straight line speed to compete? He tries. He's got the McLaren on his tail too. Rocketman right behind too. They're on board. Rusty Nation, the McLaren. As you can see, Slick gonna take the inside line off the Ferrari. Nope, he brakes, rightfully so, a little too much. Perhaps. Ferrari goes wide and gets back on track. The Alfa Romeo closing in on Rusty Nation and McLaren. Sickening beyond track limits. Yep, Ferrari, Red Bull, McLaren and Alfa Romeo. Who will come out on top of this battle? The McLaren tries the inside line, doesn't have the pace to get that jump on the Red Bull. Around the outside goes Rocket Man, and will he be able to get the jump? Yep, he does. Rocket Man is ahead of Rusty Nish. Well placed, well driven. And he will try around the outside of Red Bull this time. Let's call him the outside auto if he keeps going at it like this, and he does get that jump on the Red Bull by taking the inside line at the previous corner. The Red Bull's putting up a fight. It's wheel to wheel. The Ferrari's off track, and the Red Bull takes both the Ferraris seem to have an issue. One of them are off track. Alfa Romeo's off track. McLaren's in the mix right now. McLaren's off track a bit. Avocado had a little bit of moment there. So did his teammate Shivatsen 10, who's fallen to the back of the grid. Yep, Shivatsen 10. Unfortunate, but I'm pretty sure, given that he's in a Ferrari, he could make quite a bit of climbing positions and possibly meet his teammate in the top 10. But that's to see later as the Williams takes the inside line on DS Aditya, as DS Aditya went too wide on that corner. Too wide. Oh, the Ferrari back there. What is happening? Oh no, he can't reset himself because those are the rules of Bwoah Racing League. He is desperately trying to get his car back on track. Yep, he's got it. Could he go to the pits? Maybe. Seems to have it all right for now. We are on lap 6 and UK has taken the race lead. Is maintaining the race lead even though BigManJoe for a brief minute had it in his disposal. And of course we've got both the Racing Points breathing down the throat of both BigManJoe and Toro Rosso competing for that position with Ashwin. He is on his tail. That was quite close back there in that corner. On board, accelerate on the Toro Rosso. Will he be able to get the jump on Ashwin? And his teammate has fallen quite a bit down, with giving Mr. Wex that opportunity to do better. And Thunderbird will get the slipstream round the outside of the Haas Sethuram C18, Gets the jump, rightfully so. Caterham C18 holding on to the race line. And almost wheel to wheel back there. That corner didn't pretty much play out well for the Toro Rosso of Thunderbird. Caterham C ahead. Thunderbird will take slipstream, pulls around the outside. Will he get the jump? Yes, he does. But will he maintain that jump? Caterham C80 is wheel to wheel. Haas and Toro Rosso here in China. And he holds it quite brilliantly, Caterham C18. It's all about this precision driving, making sure that car goes around that corner in the most perfect way, that even if your competitors on your tail or on the outside or going on the inside, diving in, you still hold your position. Meanwhile, Mr. Wex gets a jump on you. UK is falling down drastically. Seem to have had an incident back there. Mr. Wex, in fact, has got the jump. It's just BigManJoe out in front, and he will be looking at tire strategies now. He will be making sure he's on the best strategy possible. He's going to be evaluating a bunch of stuff because he's got both the racing points right behind him. You do not want teammates right behind you like that. Meanwhile, the top two front runners have lapped Srivatsan in 10, who is running in the 20th position right now. Got to accelerate on the tail of Ashwin again. He's been on Ashwin's tail for a while now. Take a front wing look at how he's going to take slipstream. DRS enabled. Is he going to go around the outside on the inside? He's going to dive through. He's going to try and dive through the inside. Does he? Nope, he doesn't. He's on it. He's maintaining that gap between him and Ashwin. He doesn't want to make mistakes. This is all going to come down to who makes mistakes first. Impeccable driving by both drivers. 3-second time penalty for Thunderbird from automotive warnings. So Wex, he will enjoy this moment as he is in the top 5 after an unfortunate disconnection in the previous race. And yeah, we could see him fighting for podium positions. After all, this is racing. Of course, both the horses have found themselves back to back again. Last time this happened, UK got the jump on Caterham C18. Could we see a possible switch in that scenario? A little bit of exceeding track limits. Mercedes climbed quite a bit for Rees, even though he had quite a rough start. They're quite close. It's Caterham C18, Thunderbird, and Freeze. Almost went out there, Freeze. And Caterham C18 in the Haas. Thunderbird in the Toro Rosso. Quite a gap there. Won't be able to close in on that anytime soon. Oh, they're fighting there. Oh, it's closer than ever here. With Accelerate and Ashwin. They've been at this for over 3 laps now. For over 3 laps. We should appreciate Accelerate's style of racing. He hasn't been jumping in on every opportunity because he knows the more pressure you put on that racing point, the more pressure you put on any driver is bound to make a small mistake in the course of the race, and that's when you get that jump. That's when you take his position. This is going to go on for a while now. At least one of the cars end up pitting, I guess, or one of the cars end up making a mistake. BigManJoe in a convenient lead with Vix 356 fairly behind. Too soon to say anything, to be honest. And Mr. Wex is closing that gap to Accelerate. Cars are closer than ever compared to the previous races. UK a little bit of moment over there. Oh, exceeding track limit there. Mercedes Benz off Freeze. Caterham C18. I think he's trying a little too hard to get that jump on the Haas. And yep, Mercedes takes the inside line on Haas. Kind of touches his wheels. And yep, gets that position. But little bit of extreme track limits back there. The Toro Rosso, Mercedes-Benz AMG, as well as the Haas. A little bit of wider view for you all, everybody viewing or watching the restream. The whole map is on the right hand side of the screen. Gives you an idea on what car is where. And the green spots on the map are DRS zones. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when the infamous letterbox on these Formula 1 cars open up. The DRS stands for drag reduction system. Gives you a quicker race pace when you're right behind another car. That's a brief description. I made quite a bit of a mistake in Bahrain by calling it something to do with downforce. Clearly a commentator's error, if you will. You've heard of driver's error, now you've got commentator's error. There's always a first here in Bwoah Racing League. Accelerates gap while Mr. Wex doesn't seem to be holding on to the racing line, but has been closing in on the gap for sure. These three will be an interesting bunch of drivers on track to look out for. A mistake by Accelerate there. He could possibly lose time to both Mr. Wex as well as Ashwin. Like I said, no mistakes is the best scenario here in racing. Accelerate close to the middle. Mr. Wex, UK, has its second gap, quite a bit to close in on. The Mercedes-Benz Freeze has overtaken Seth Ramsey like we just saw, and he is breathing down the neck of Thunderbird. Seems to have the race pace as well. Meanwhile, Rocketman has climbed up into P11 compared to where he was at the beginning of the race at around P19 after an unfortunate bunch of incidents. And someone dropping incredibly is DS Aditya having an incident with Sidney Raghavan again. I'm guessing they touched Rustinish into the pits. Our first person to go into the pits for a possible tire change. Let's get a little bit of data in. Most of the grid is on mediums. Why? Rustinish comes out on the soft tires. We had Rustinish on radio right now, unfortunately because of a couple of issues we couldn't hear him clearly. Rustinish, are you there with us? Yep, we seem to have some kind of issue. Of course, we are on board Rustinish as we speak. Yes, Rustinish, I think we can hear you now. Persist. Let's get back to looking at where Srivatsan 10 is in 19th, back there with the Williams having a couple of cars possibly lapping him soon. And as you can see, a big drop there by both the Wix and 356 into the Wix 356 into the pits, BigManJoe into the pits as well. And they come out right behind each other. This is going to be closer than ever. And they've got the Toro Rosso as well as the Mercedes AMG right behind, and he gets the jump on the inside line. Wix 356 aggressively takes that lead. The Toro Rosso gets that jump to the Thunderbird. BigManJoe wheel to wheel with the Toro Rosso back there, with the Mercedes AMG right behind them. Wheel to wheel with the Toro Rosso. BigManJoe holds on to that position. Mercedes AMG could be the person to take advantage of this slipstream. Oh, they touch, they're sliding, and oh, they touch again. And the Haas decently avoids that whole incident. We saw the Toro Rosso Thunderbird doing quite the drift on track. He's going to try to get the jump on Freeze around the outside, and yes, he does. Freeze seems to have an issue, possibly. Had a little bit of moment there at that curb. And Wix 356 breathing down BigManJoe's neck again. BigManJoe took that position rightly so, and on the tail slipstream into the inside line, and he gets it coming. Yep, Wix 356 gets that position back from him. BigManJoe putting up a fight, no doubt, but that gap has developed up, and he'll have to wait for a while. And into the pits goes a bunch of cars. Accelerate Mr. Wex back to back, and Ashwin, our previous race winner of the Bahrain GP, has taken the race lead with his teammate Wix 356 right behind him, who has BigManJoe right on his tail. And Mr. Wex has come out with hard tires, UK with the medium tires. Half the grid has pitted, the midfield has pitted just now. Some of them coming out with softs. We got Thunderbird on the softs. We got Rusty Nish on the softs, who will expect to get quite a bit of climb right now, given that the soft tires give you much more race space compared to the others. BigManJoe over a second slower than Wix 356. He's got that gap. We are on with Sathron C18. Sicknig in the Red Bull has placed his Red Bull quite well in this race, I must say, compared to his teammate who's down 17th. Meanwhile, Rusty Nish on tracks. Sorry about that. Gouts went into the pits and he's out right now with the hard tires. So did Diaocaro, same thing. Shivatsen 10 as well. Cygnus Dragon in the pits, serving a penalty. And in goes the Williams. And we can see DS Aditya trying close in on that 13-second gap. Cygnus Dragon coming out of the pits now. Thor will get that jump on Cygnus Dragon in the back of the grid. And he comes out at the end. On the medium tires, the Haas F1 teams UK sets the fastest lap. I think a couple of people who we spoke about this with both BigManJoe as well as Ashwin aka Drunken Monkey in the post-race edition of the Bahrain GP. I asked him, like, who do you think we still haven't seen performing well on track, and of course they said throughout the grid we have brilliant drivers. There's no short of talent here in Bwoah Racing League, but of course UK and KDB, those who have been the ones who we haven't seen do quite well in the race, but we have seen do an impeccable job in qualifying. Of course, we had KDB at our post-race chat in Australia, but that was when he was in Alfa Romeo. Right now he's in the Williams. So, of course, completely different cars, completely different races. So looks up it is Thunderbird and Fura. Gap seems to be just increasing, to be honest, with Furo making quite a bit of mistakes back there. Rocket Man in 13, he has pitted clearly for medium tires. Only 2 drivers on the grid with softs, Thunderbird and Rustinish. As you can see, Rustinish has been climbing. He is in 14th position. Oh, there is Ferrari and Ferrari are back to back there. And we've got quite the tussle up in front. Into the pits goes Furo for a change of tires. 2 different strategies, some on the 1-stop, some on the 2-stop. But the Racing Points holding that 1-2. It would be quite the finish if they could hold this off until the end of the race. 12 laps to go. Furo goes into the pits. Rocketman duly takes that position off of his plate. Mr. Wex in 4th position. I told y'all we could be fighting for the podium soon. We'll all boil down to the last couple of laps at the Chinese GP. And we got the Ferraris fighting wheel to wheel. A bit of glitch there. Bwoah and Srivatsan swapping positions while one of them having quite a bit of connection issue, giving DS Aditya what he needs possibly. UK sets another fast time. He is steaming, isn't he? And a drop in position for Sicknig as well as Accelerator. Oh, Mr. Wex. Whoa, they touch. Oh, what is happening back there? Mr. Wex and UK having an unfortunate bit situation there. A combination of incidents as well as connection issues. Mr. Wex still holding on to his position, no doubt. So they're fighting here. Oh, gets the jump. Please gets the jump on KDB. Exceeding track limits back there. Furo, walking man ahead. He will try and get that jump on KDB. KDB is closing in on that Mercedes AMG of Freeze. We got the McLaren and the Williams back there. DSWT and Thor quite close to each other. Actually, quite far off. Yep, the Mercedes AMG of Furo on the tail of Rocket Man with the KDB of Williams. The gap just keeps increasing with Freeze. Thunderbird will close in on the sister team driver, Sicknig, who is yellow flag in sector 3. UK and Accelerate will go wheel to wheel any moment now. UK will take slipstream. The letterbox is open. DRS enabled. He will take the inside line. Close wheel to wheel. Accelerate holds on to his position quite well back there. Holding on corner to corner. And around the corner they come. Still gripping onto that position quite impeccably back there. Accelerate. Rocketman will serve a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. UK seems to have missed the racing line back there with Sethuram C18 as teammate behind him. Mr. Wax will work on closing in on that grab. Top 5 drivers right now on the hard tires. Yeah, let those stands. Chinese inscription on the stand. Good job back there. Ashwin and Vix 356. Gap is humongous. 10-second gap. BigManJoe 5 seconds off of Wix 356 gap seems to be only increasing. The Racing Points are having quite the field day. Accelerate wheel to wheel almost with UK. But UK gets that jump and will hold on to that position, considering he is on medium tires and accelerate on hards. DS Aditya will serve a time penalty. KDB and Rocketman seems to be having a moment. KDB will try to get his positions back. Obviously, he doesn't have the pace, considering he's in the Williams. Mercedes AMG right on the tail of Rocketman. He is closer than ever. Tries the inside line, spins off back there, and Führer loses it. That was brave. Didn't work. KDB gets that position. DRS enabled, but Rocketman too far off. Rocketman's next target is Führer's teammate Rees. But he's got a 5-second gap to close, so that'll take a while for sure. Accelerating UK closer than ever. Meanwhile, Rusty Nish and DS Aditya teammates are close. Could we see a McLaren battle for P17 possibly? Thor in the Williams in P19 and English Raglan in the Red Bull MP20. After a series of events, unfortunate events here in the Chinese GP. And don't get confused, ladies and gentlemen, the Racing Points just lapped the Ferrari. And this could turn out to be an ideal result, but 8 laps to go. Anything is possible, like we saw back in Australia. The safety car created mayhem. A McLaren into the pits, giving up the position to DS Aditya. That's Rusty Nish in the pits. Not something you see, considering he came out 8 laps ago in the softs. Or he could be on a 2-stop, but what he tried. Oh, they're expecting rain. They are expecting rain. We see Rusty Nish coming out in the intermediates. He is bracing himself for a possible jump, a huge jump. Sicknig in our parts of the, I think parts of the track. Yep, we can see drizzles in parts of the track. Yep, we can hear drizzles as well. Yep, we can see it on screen as well. Intermediates go on. Rusty Nish with a smart pit stop along with Sicknig too, racing themselves for a possible wet race. Yep, the rain's coming down here in China, and we've got Srivatsan, 10 and Gouts closer than ever. Gouts will try and take that. Will try and take that jump. While the race is maintain that lead. Russian Nish has retired from the session. DNF back there. What happened? Russian Nish has retired from a session right after coming out with the intermediates. He had a jump with one of the cars for sure. Or he just lost complete control of his car and went through the barriers. And yes, Aditya and Sicknig. Sicknig into the pits. And he's coming out with intermediates. We will see a bunch of them switch to intermediates soon if they want to try. Okay, Sicknig went back and switched to mediums. Seems like there won't be rain in China, even though there's a little bit of sprinkles here. KDB and the Williams, Führer behind him. They have the shortest time between each other on track, a second only between them. Okay, Mr. Wex has been commendable holding on to that position. No doubt. Yes, now I can hear you, Rusty Nish. Tell me what happened back there.
My controller kept getting disconnected, but my AI didn't take over.
Oh no, that's super unfortunate. You were smart. You were one of the few, along with I think Sick Nick, who went into the pits probably predicting rain and switching to intermediates.
I wanted to do hard and intermediates first. I think I got the strategy right over there as well, but then I had two crashes because
Unfortunate,
my controller got
no doubt.
disconnected.
Super unfortunate. On to the next race. What do you think about your teammate, DS Aditya? He's been trying to get a hold of the car a little bit here and there. I almost expected him to go wheel to wheel with you, but that didn't happen. Thoughts on his race?
I think he's still he's getting grips with the game. I think he will be improving a lot. So promising so far. Let's go.
For sure, 6 laps to go. Anything is possible, and with the rain coming down, we could see more drivers going in for intermediates. Although the front runners have been bullish and stayed out on their hards, I guess they're pretty comfortable at where they're at.
Ashwin's just now going into pits and he's going on to soft, so it's going to be interesting what he does here.
Yes.
He's coming back out, I think probably P4. Yeah. So P4 and he has 20 seconds to catch up with the leaders. So it's going to be
For sure. And Mr. Wex is someone I've been like paying close attention to. He's been holding that position pretty well. And he'll want to finish up on the podium possibly after a horrendous Australian GP as well as a Bahrain GP. For sure.
Rocketman got him back again in the wheel-to-wheel heading into turn 1, and Rocketman holds his ground.
Yep, all three of them are fighting. That Williams seems to have quite the pace. He's going to dive down the inside of Mercedes AMG. Doesn't quite have it. Off. Rocketman is off. He's into the gravel. Had quite a moment there.
Ashwin's right on the tail of Mr. Wex. That was an incredible couple of laps by him.
Yes, he is. Yep, he's going to go around the outside, wheel to wheel. But he goes off.
But Mr. Wex is defending.
He goes off.
He keeps the inside line. Mr. Wex pulled off. Yeah. That's unfortunate for him, but Ashwin will be very happy with the free space. It's gone and now he's back on the podium. Maybe he did a master plan with his style strategy.
Down in P17 and P18, we got the two Red Bulls fighting.
Rocketman's heading into the pit. Does he have wing damage? I will be confirming that in a bit. Right now he's on mediums.
For sure, the rain seems to be coming down quite a bit right now, and with Rocket Man going on the inters, we could see him come up into the top 5 possibly. But Srivatsan then just passed him in a rather funny move, and BigManJoe just lapped him as well.
Absolutely, Ashwin is absolutely putting in monster laps right now. When he pit in and came out, he was 20 seconds behind the leader, but now he's
Indeed, and his leader is none other than his own teammate, so that'll be an interesting thing to see at the last few laps of the race if he does get that jump on BigManJoe, and he could be fighting for the win with his teammate.
absolutely Racing Point running away with the constructors right now. They're already ahead on the constructors championship.
For
And
sure,
this race
for
will
sure.
be massive for
I
them.
mentioned this on lap 16 that this would be the most ideal finishing positions for the Racing Point if they got a 1-2.
Now Seturam hot on the tail of UK, but UK has fresh softs and Setu's mediums and lows are into the light. So I think UK is pulling away. That's what's happening. He's pulling away about 10 minutes every corner. Let's get back to the battle for P2. I think that's going to be the battle of the race. 3 laps.
And he's closing in on BigManJoe real quick, and obviously that owes to the softs. Pretty brave, to be honest, considering there are a couple of sprinkles coming down here at Shanghai.
Indeed. Now he's less. He cut 4/10 of the time in one corner, and right now he's right on the wheels of BigManJoe. If he's able to stay behind and get the DR,
For sure, and the fact that there's a 7-second lead between BigManJoe and Witch 356 actually plays into the hands of Ashwin as well. He doesn't have anything to worry about. He takes the inside line, the wheel to wheel.
but BigManJoe defends well, and now Ashwin will again try going through the inside. BigManJoe goes wide, loses probably a 10th or 2. Ashwin right at his gearbox. Now, after a couple of turns, we will have the long DRS straight. So Ashwin being smart to not making a move right now, and he's probably thinking about overtaking him on the long straight with fresher tires and DRS.
For
very
sure, and they
smart
will be
race, I
lapping
must say, by
Williams any moment right now.
Which is great news for BigManJoe because this means that he will also have DRS. Ashwin 3 tenths behind. Will BigManJoe go on the inside and defend? No, he decides to stay on the outside, takes the lead, so he's able to take it, but no goes wide. Ashwin with the pull-in on the inside of the penultimate corner and takes P2.
Could be, possibly, but with 1 lap to go, anything is possible. BigManJoe's gonna try and take the inside line. Nope, he doesn't get that.
We also need to keep in mind that I think Ashwin might have a 3-second penalty. Yes, he has a 3-second penalty. BigManJoe's had a clean race right now, so Ashwin not only did he have to make this overtake, he also needs to pull 3 seconds away.
For sure, and he had quite a bit of a moment back there where his back kicked out a little bit in that corner. I guess that owes to the fact that he's on softs and the track is getting wet by the lap, by the minute. Yes, he did, and quite unfortunate. He was having a rather clean race today.
better. No, he's close to 2 seconds ahead of BigManJoe. So 1 lap to go. He needs to pull away by 1.5 seconds.
And we are on our final lap with both the racing points holding on to P1 and P2 for now. BigManJoe over a second, more than 1.5 seconds to Ashwin, and we've got Accelerate with a 23-second gap, so I don't think that will be closing in anytime soon. We've got Accelerate fighting with UK. UK will move up into 4th. Yes, he will.
UK with a really good stint on the softs as well. So I think the strategy is defined quite the race as well. But what's interesting is both the racing points adopted two
For
different
sure,
strategies.
that owes to the
with
fact
both
of
them at
their
once.
very own, very special racecraft they bring to the race, every race in fact.
BigManJoe is 2.2 seconds behind. Ashwin's got 1 sector, 1 long straight to make use of the Mercedes engine and try to pull away. Oh, Wicks has a spin. Wicks has a spin and
Could be. I was worried about this from race 1 actually, when a driver might be hit with the commentator's curse.
sitting in small right now. He's 1.5 seconds behind given the penalties. He is on course to take the race win. We will see, but as of now on the track, Ashwin is
And
going to take P1 through the final corner, heading into the start finish straight. Ashwin is P1. We will wait. Yes, BigManJoe takes P1. What a race by BigManJoe to keep those softs in. Really unfortunate by Wicks, but he will
yep,
bring in
BigManJoe
P3.
takes the win after a post-race penalty for, a penalty unserved by Ashwin, resulting in him finishing P2. What?
You can take P4, accelerate right on his tail. No, accelerate, yeah, on his tail takes P5, Mr. Wex P6, disappointing from him as well towards the end of the race. He lost his car and that cost him 2 positions. Seto, the Automotive will be coming in
Gets
at
P7. Gouts across the line, so he will stick to P14. DS Aditya P15. Sethuram C rightfully takes P7, and across the line comes Thunderbird at P8. Good for them, good for them. I was noticing how the actual cars with potential to fight for wins haven't been performing lately. And this time, not bad for Mercedes, they were able to put it in the points, put both cars in the points. And a moment here for KDB, has a little bit of slip, and across the final corner he comes, and he will finish P11 for Williams. What a race, ladies and gentlemen. Fantastic.